All right, so you're a restaurateur, right? You've got a bar. But let me ask you, is it just a place where people hang out while they wait for a table? Or is it something more? Is it the profitable beating heart of your whole operation? In this explainer, we're going to crack open the playbook that'll turn that bar into the absolute cornerstone of your business.
So, I want you to be really honest with yourself for a second. Is your bar just an afterthought? Kind of there, but not really doing anything? Is it just a passive space, or is it an active, powerful tool that's driving your growth? I'm telling you, the answer to that question could be the difference between just scraping by and absolutely crushing it.
Okay, still on the fence? Check this out. 80%. That's the kind of profit margin you could be hitting on spirits. I mean, just spirits. We're not talking about a few extra bucks here and there. We are talking about a literal gold mine just sitting there, waiting for you to tap into it.
So, how do we make it happen? Well, we've got a super clear 4-part playbook for you. First up, the vibe is everything. Then we get into the money with mastering the margins. After that, we'll talk efficiency with design and the details. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at how to future-proof your bar. Let's get into it.
All right, let's dive right into plane number 1. The vibe is everything. And look, this is way more than just keeping your regulars happy. We're talking about creating an atmosphere that's so magnetic, it literally pulls people in off the street. It's about turning that random passerby into someone who comes back week after week.
You know, this quote just nails it. We've got to stop thinking of a bar as just a counter. It's a living, breathing space. It's the soul of your restaurant. And when you get that vibe right, man, it becomes a magnet for everything else you're doing.
So, how do you actually build that magnetic vibe? Okay, here are 4 really practical ideas. First off, make it visible. Put that bar right near the entrance. A place in Lyon did just that, and boom, a 20% jump in bookings. Next, give people a reason to stick around. Think shareable stuff like tapas or charcuterie boards. Then, and this is super clever, make your space flexible. The Hoxton in Amsterdam, it's a co-working spot by day and a cocktail bar by night. Genius. And last but not least, you've got to know your crowd. If you're in a tourist hotspot, go for those big wow factor cocktails that people will put on Instagram. But if you're serving young professionals, a killer happy hour is probably your best bet.
Okay, so you've set the stage, the vibe is perfect. Now let's talk about the money. Play number 2 is all about mastering the margins. This is where we take that amazing atmosphere and turn it into a straight-up cash machine. Just look at this chart. It lays it all out. That first bar, that's spirits, and you're looking at a potential 80% profit margin. Insane, right? And craft beer isn't far behind at 60%. Now here's the real pro move. You can use the profits from these high-margin drinks to actually lower the prices on other parts of your menu, making you even more competitive. It's a win-win.
And if you want to see this strategy in beast mode, just look at Noma in Copenhagen. I mean, come on, they're not just selling you a cocktail, they're selling an entire experience. They're using these incredible local botanicals, charging 30 euros a pop and still pulling in a 70% profit margin. It just goes to show you what's possible when you go all in on quality and story. So what can you actually do? 3 things. 1. Premium cocktails. Use unique local ingredients, herbs, flowers, whatever you can find. 2. Get smart with your wine program. A good preservation system means you can serve amazing wines by the glass without pouring profit down the drain. And 3. Team up with local craft breweries. It gives you something nobody else has, and you get to tap into those sweet 60% margins.
All right, time for play number 3, design and the details. I want you to think of this as the engine room of your bar. It might not be the sexiest part, but this is where all the power comes from. We're talking about all those little choices in your layout and your inventory that have a huge impact on how fast and efficient you are, which, of course, hits your bottom line. And believe me, the impact is real. Harry's Bar in London, they cut their service time by 30%, 30, and they didn't do it by hiring more people. They did it with smart, intelligent design. Think about it. Faster service means happier guests, which means more drinks sold per hour. It's a simple, powerful formula.
So, what's the secret sauce here? A lot of it comes down to something called the one-step rule. It's so simple, but it's a game changer. Here's how it works. You figure out your most used bottles, your gin, your vodka, your rum, and you put them right there, within one arm's reach of your bartender. Every single step they don't have to take is time saved. Over a busy night, that adds up to a ton of extra drinks served. Okay, let's move from the layout to what's actually in the bottles. Inventory control. Look, this is non-negotiable. It's the difference between success and failure. On one side, you've got poor control, which means you're basically just losing money through waste, overpouring, who knows what else. But with tight control, you plug those leaks, you can spot problems early, and you make sure every drop counts towards your profit.
And here's a super simple rule you can start using tonight. It's called the 150% rule. All you do is look at your sales for the week. Let's say you sell 2 bottles of Absolute every week. Well, under this rule, you only need to keep 3 bottles in stock. That's it. It's so simple, but it stops you from tying up all your cash and booze that's just sitting on a shelf.
All right, let's bring it home with our final play, future-proofing your bar. Because look, it's great to be awesome today, but the real winners are the ones who are thinking about tomorrow. This is all about getting ahead of the trends and unleashing the power of your #1 asset, and that's your people.
Just take a look at one major trend happening right now: natural wine. I mean, in a place like France, which knows a thing or two about wine, this category is driving a 40% sales increase. This isn't some tiny little niche anymore. It's a massive shift in what customers want, and you just can't afford to ignore it.
So what should be on your checklist for the next year or two? First up, amazing, sophisticated, alcohol-free drinks. I'm not talking about juice. I mean complex, interesting mocktails. Second, like we just said, you have to get on that natural and organic wine train. And third, go zero waste. Using citrus peels to make syrups doesn't just sound cool, it saves real money, and guests love it.
But here's the real secret. All of these trends, all these strategies, they're nothing without your team. Your staff is your greatest asset, period. Full stop. They're not just drink makers. They are storytellers. They're your ambassadors. They're the ones who create the experience that brings people back.
And listen, training doesn't have to be this huge, expensive thing. Look at Le Chateaubriand in Paris. Their system is so simple. The waiters just taste 3 new wines together every single week. That's it. And what happens? They can talk about the wine with a real passion and real knowledge. That confidence, it leads to better recommendations and, you guessed it, higher sales. It's a beautiful, simple cycle. Okay, let's put it all together. This right here, this is your blueprint for 2025. You've got visibility to pull people in, you've got margins to make money, innovation to stay fresh, and cost control to protect it all. And what does it all lead to? That final pillar, the experience. And who delivers that? Your team. When all these pieces click into place, you don't just have a bar anymore. You have a profit engine.
And if you need one last example of what this looks like when it's done perfectly, look no further than Tickets Bar in Barcelona. They are the whole package. They've got the molecular cocktails for Instagram, the incredible design, they even do mixology workshops. They're firing on all cylinders. The result? A mind-blowing 40% net margin. It's proof that when you get all this stuff right, the sky is the limit.
So remember, your bar isn't just another part of your P&L sheet, it's your best marketing tool. It's a hub for your community. It's the energetic, beating heart of your entire restaurant. All the plays are right here in the playbook. So the only question is, are you ready to get shaking?